Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Gateway Paratalk. So, we are doing things a little different than how we normally do it. We are actually broadcasting our live stream through YouTube tonight. Um, so, Scott, I don't know if you've already kind of like tried to share out the live stream. I know I'm going to do it here
Yeah,
in a second.
yeah, it was on our
Um,
page.
Okay. So if you are new to our show, I'd like to just quickly introduce ourselves. My name is Teresa Kraft. I am the founder of Paranormal Truth Seekers. And my co host is Scott Wise, and he is the founder of Ghostly Gateway Paranormal Investigations. Um, we do normally have another host with us from time to time. He will not be joining us tonight, so Jason will not be with us tonight. Scott, anything you want to shout out and say really quick?
I think you start going on Selma, actually. Well, hi, everybody. I
Hi,
guess,
everybody.
yeah,
Yeah,
um, guess we start with Selma. You've been there multiple times and didn't get to go to this trip. We missed you, but there
yes,
are things that are more important, family. So we always
absolutely.
take care of our family first.
Yes,
So we had a good time. Not a lot of activity. Bill's telling me that other investigator, I was with Bill and Don
yes.
on this one, and he said it wasn't as active as the other times you guys went. I still had fun. I mean, I always do, but um,
Right.
I got some stuff. Not a lot of class A or some B's, EVPs, but there's some that you can tell it's the female talking. It's male. You hear kids' voices in some of them. There is some swearing in some of them. So I mean, do you
Be
want to? Yeah,
advised.
be advised. There'll be some swearing. Do you want being in Selma? Do you want to say what you know about Selma? What do you know?
The Selma Mansion, for those of you who don't know, Selma Mansion is actually located in Norristown, Pennsylvania, which is pretty close, right around the same area of like the King of Prussia. If anyone's familiar with the King of Prussia Mall, which is, I mean, an absolutely huge mall in Pennsylvania. Um, so Selma Mansion really does have a very rich history. Um, it, I'm if my memory serves me right, it is actually one of the oldest structures in Norristown, which I'm pretty sure it does. Let me hold on. Let me just click over here to my thing here about Selma. But yes, so Selma Mansion is one of the oldest structures in Norristown. It's located on the western edge of the town. Selma was built by General Andrew Porter back in 1794 around an existing structure um, purchased from Alexander McCammon in 1786. So, of course, there were a lot of porters that were in this home and, were also held ranks within the military. Um, I know there's also, what is, there is also relations to like Andrew Jackson, and I know there is actually relation to very long time ago President Abraham Lincoln. So it does have a lot of history, um, and unfortunately, with a place that has a lot of history like that. Also, we tend to find with a lot of history, your older structures, your older homes, especially, the mansions that were built way back when for your very kind of prestige socialite people. There was also a lot of death that surrounds this home. So we seem to think that with, the deaths that had happened in the family and, children getting sick, getting the illnesses that back then, you know, medicine just was not able to treat and cure, kind of thing. Now, our modern medicine has definitely evolved a lot since back in the 1700s, 1800s, even early 1900s. So there has been a lot of death revolved around the Selma Mansion too. Um, Adults and children, unfortunately. Um, there were also slave hands that, were present in the home. I don't know if you got to take notice. Did you get to do like a little quick like history tour before you did the investigation?
Yeah, I
No,
probably could have, but we got there and we went to get started.
and
And
just got started.
I read up on it before we went to, so I knew a little bit about it. I
I,
mean,
I mean,
I walked around. There's different areas where they had old stuff, like old curio cabinets sitting there with a bunch of stuff in it, and it's beautiful inside. I mean, there's a lot of work to be done on it, and he's doing a real good job of doing it too. I don't
yes.
know. Since you've been there last time, Bill says some stuff changed. I mean, the bath upstairs working now.
Yeah, they have been doing absolutely amazing work at the Selma. With restoring it, kind of taking it back to its original roots, how it looked in its original days. Um, as investigators, we kind of also tend to be slightly on like the history buff side as well, because we do a lot of research when it comes to the places that we do investigate, especially those that are that have that kind of history link to them. So when you can be a part of and you can see some of these very historic, buildings and structures go through restoration, process, it's an absolutely amazing thing to not only be a part of, but also to be able to witness too. So, with each investigation that we have done, we've seen more being done and more get done and the talk of what they're working on next. So yeah, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to come. So it's gonna be interesting to see what all changes are to come.
And talking to him right now, he's raising money to redo the roof.
Okay.
So he's working on that too. So he's a very busy guy. Yeah.
Yes. But I think when you are involved, I think when you're involved in doing something like that, you do kind of tend to be a very busy individual. It takes a lot of time and effort for someone to really devote themselves into restoring a place that is so historic. So, you really do have to give them a lot of props, a lot of credit for, all the work they have not only been able to accomplish thus far, but, the process in which they go through in what they still plan on doing. So
Right,
it would be very interesting
right.
to see it blossom, it would be nice.
Another thing he said, which I thought was interesting, which I believe now, but he makes more money through paranormal investigations and events than they do making money for history tours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
Huh.
yeah, it's a shame. I mean, I think they'd be able to remedy that.
Well, they do. I
But
mean, it is a very high interest place for investigators. You know, it gets a lot of attention and a lot of people attracted to it when it does come to the investigation perspective of it. So, and one thing I have always found to be very interesting about Selma is, considering the history that it has and considering the fact that they are trying to do, certain renovations all the time. They're constantly working on something new. You know, a lot of places, a lot of these places that we go and we investigate, there is a fee attached to go and investigate that location. And Selma has been one of those places where it's just they make the price so just absolutely reasonable to work with. It's, it's not insanely expensive. And, you're there all night. It's an all night investigation. It's not just like a 4 to 6 hour investigation. You're there all night.
Yeah,
So,
we had from 7 till 7 in the morning. Yeah, 12 hours. We didn't stay that long because
right,
it's a 2 hour trip for us, a little over. But
right.
we stayed there till 3:30, 4 o'clock, I think, and came home. So I think I got home around 6:30.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
not bad.
no, no.
I think, I think the one time that we were there, we ended up, I think we started to like wrap it up around, I think it was around 5:30 when we started packing everything up.
Hmm.
And I mean, and I will tell you, it was, we got started right away. It probably took us about an hour to an hour and a half to get set up.
Hmm.
And then we got into our investigating, and we were exhausted. Like it was, but we had so much happening that night too that a lot of people don't understand that with these investigations, it also takes a lot out on you energy wise. If we're at an investigation where we have a lot happening, and there is a lot consistently happening throughout our investigation, it it takes a lot of, it drains a lot of your energy, you know so if you have a very, what I like to call fun filled, investigation, because it's just one thing after the next that's happening. It does play into, your emotions and you physically, because it just, it drains you. It's just drains your energy. But I love Selma. Yes, I miss being
Fun.
able to go with you guys, but
I get back.
like you said, I had some very personal issues going on, with with my family, and we are a family amongst ourselves. And when family needs family, that always comes first. That trumps everything. That's a priority for us. So I appreciate you guys having the care and understanding for sure,
No,
that you had. And because it was a very last minute decision for me to back out. Very last minute decision. And my guys were my very understanding, and we're just like, no, you do you, boo boo. You do what you got to do. Like, we'll miss you, but you know what, we can always go back. So I'm gonna take your guys' word on that, that we will go back.
yeah.
Maybe after Hinsdale.
Well, I definitely got my exercise that night going down those stairs.
Oh my,
I mean, you see me in my cane.
I love those stair, I love that staircase though.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is, and the staircase, the railing was actually something that they were working on, one of the last times that we were there, and I could not. Thank you. Um, I could not wait to actually see it finished and like restored to more of its original beauty. I love old homes. I absolutely love the old homes and structures. So
So the railing changed since you've been there last. I think it was just the lumber or wood going up.
yes.
Now he has actually a railing or up the steps now. So
Oh, very nice.
yeah, he said it's just temporary. It's not the actual way it's going to be. It was just safer now for people to
Right.
go up and down the stairs.
Yeah. Yes, and they do try to make sure that they are keeping the safety of, the investigation teams coming in, and and their patrons, because of people coming in and doing like tours and stuff. They do try to keep it, top of the line, top notch, to make sure that everybody is safe. So
Yeah.
again, just, one more thing that you can really, appreciate about the people who are, in charge and running it, and trying to do, what is right to a very old structure with the profound amount of history that it has. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
So do you want to get into, some of your personal experiences that you guys have had, or, maybe just you had, if you don't want to speak on the behalf of Don and Bill?
oh, that's okay. Like I said, I heard a few things. Like one time I have the EVP for this I play, but me and Bill were in one room, and Don went to another room. I think he heard something. And we heard this it sounded like a little girl or something. And then we thought, well, I didn't think it sounded like Don at all, but Don thought it was him because he bends over, he grunts and makes weird noises when he's doing that. He said, "Oh, that was me," and then I played for him. It wasn't him. Downstairs in the basement, we were down there. We were sitting there, and Bill was kept saying hello, hello, and he got a really faint one back. It's really hard to draw out, and you have to listen with your headphones because it sounds off in the distance. It sounds like a hello back.
Okay.
Where other times he said hello, I heard bang, and they kept talking. I said, "Did you hear that bang?" So they weren't heard that, and I picked it up. So they didn't hear that, but I heard that one.
Oh, wow.
Well, like I said, there wasn't much noise. I mean, it's pretty quiet. We did that experiment again. That one wasn't too relevant in the questions and stuff either. We did a couple different things, but nothing really for that. We didn't spend too much time on that. Maybe an hour between all of us on that one.
Okay.
We just went back and forth in rooms all night, and
It's
you
a
know,
big place. It has a lot of rooms.
it was,
You figure you spend an hour or more in each room, and that's your night right there.
yeah,
It has a lot of rooms in it.
it does. Well, it's 3 floors. I think basically counts four.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And it's a ground basement. Last time I think they put stones in down there now. I think it's just mud down there when you were there, right?
Yeah, it was just dirt.
And then they had wood boards to walk on.
Yes.
So yeah. And we turned off the furnace because it was making too much damn noise.
Oh, that furnace area. But did you
Like,
guys like go? That was creepy. Like, I mean, I got issues with basements as it is. Okay, like I really do. I'm not gonna lie. Especially your old ones like that, where it's the dirt bottoms. But I will tell you, every time I was there, there was something about that little nook and cranny back there where like the furnace was, where it's like, nope, you guys can go. I'll stay right here at the doorway. Like you guys can go back there.
yeah, we sat there for
That's some
about half an
weird.
hour. We sat there,
Okay.
and every once in a while, some kind of pump kicks on behind you. Because we're the noise kicks on, and then when the furnace comes along, it's like, whoa, it's pretty loud. So down went upstairs and turned it off.
Okay.
It got cold in there then.
Oh, I bet.
It was cold. But
I mean, you guys went on a colder weekend in general too.
well, yeah,
We're talking January, and it wasn't a peak high time for like high temperatures in January. It was pretty cold. I know it was cold out here, and if it was cold out here, it was probably cold out there for back in PA for you guys. So
also it was really nice being at this time of the year. It was going on with the virus and stuff. There's nobody outside running
yeah,
around
see,
or anything. I think last time you guys had problems with outside noise.
yes, we definitely had issues with contamination because of people outside. Liam Guinness,
Get
go. You know better. Nikita Shea, what's your big romper rump doing? Go get the boys. Go on. Yeah, we had, and for the most part, you don't really deal with hearing traffic outside unless like unless it's a vehicle that has like a really loud exhaust or something like that.
um,
But I mean, it was the one time that we went, we had so apparently a couple had gotten to a fight when they were like driving down the road together, and then like she got out of the vehicle and she's screaming at him to the, in the vehicle, and he's screaming back at her when she's walking up the sidewalk. I'm like, oh, come on, people, just please stop. Like, but no, what really surprised me, I think, every time that we had went was, so for those of you who are not familiar with Selma, it it sits on it sits on a lot of land. I mean, it does sit on a lot of land. But the problem is on the one side of it and the back side of it, it's apartment buildings that, I mean, span the whole side of, of like the land. Um, when you're standing when you're standing at the front of the house on the porch facing the yard out towards the yard, it's long. I mean, it's huge. And there's a good bit of land in between, the doorstep, so to speak, of the home, or like the porch of the home, and to that road that it connects with.
Right.
And then on the other side of it is a road. It sits right along a road. And the one thing that I had told the guys was, I was actually very surprised by the fact that we had more contamination because of like roadside things than we did from anybody in any of those apartment buildings. I mean, you didn't hear them unless you were actually outside. I mean, I was surprised by that. You would think you would have, more noise and commotion, but we were never really bothered by the people in the apartment buildings.
And we had a freaking car alarm went off.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can't stand
That was like constant. And Bill's like, God damn.
Right.
So I have that and some of my back, some of the ones I played. You can hear
because when it's constant like that, you can't help but to think, like, what the hell are you doing, people? Like, are you purposely like triggering this thing off? Like, turn it the hell off. Like
2 o'clock in the morning, too. Oh my God. So
somebody was drunk, couldn't find their vehicle.
No. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Hope not. But yeah, we never had too many issues with, with a whole lot of contamination, other than that one time where it was about a 10-minute span of, just listening to these two like bickering and screaming back and forth at each other. So that was pretty annoying. But other than that, we didn't have too many issues.
Right. It's pretty quiet for us, but
yeah, we've had some really good investigations there. And it was funny because Scott and I, we like to, connect on the stream service, before our show actually starts. It gives us time to, test our mic, test our cameras, make sure everything is working properly and stuff. And, and he had said about earlier about how, it was kind of quiet, not much really happened. And I just joked with him and I was like, that's because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never know. It could be. I know the children that are there tend to always flock to me. They'll follow me around. You get, every time I've been there, I've always got the presence of a little girl just kind of like tagging along behind me and, sitting next to me at times. And when we were in certain rooms of the house. And so,
we heard, I heard, me and Bill heard, so it was all done. We heard the little girl. So
and you have that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the EVPs that you have?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we can, if you want to go ahead and just kind of like,
all right,
give a quick introduction as to like maybe where in the house that you guys were when you got it, if you can remember, and then we can go through some of them.
Remember. Well, I'll start off by saying that you might not be able to hear a lot of it, but what I'm going to do is the EVP that I'm playing on tonight, I will have a link for you to go to and listen to it at your leisure. So if you want to do that, that's fine. We don't care, whatever. Sharing is caring, right?
Yes, yes, and we also do plan on doing a part two to Selma.
Yeah.
Um, unfortunately, what a lot of people do not understand is, analyzing takes a lot of time. It can take a lot of time, depending on how many different audio recorders you are using, on how many different, video devices you are using. A spirit box, a ghost box, if that is being used, you have to cycle back through them. Analyzing can take some time, and when you have a team that does consist of individuals who do also work at a full-time job, has kids, right now Scott and I, we are both dealing with having children at home that are doing the virtual schooling thing. So there's things that do absolutely positively go on in our personal lives, and and it takes time to be able to analyze everything. So we do plan on doing a part two. And when we do that part two, we're going to have definitely a lot more that we will be able to share with everyone, because then we will have everything from good old Bilbo, and we'll have everything from good old Don. So, we'll have everything from all of the investigators that were there at Selma. So, and once we do have everything, you guys, please don't forget, you can always go to each of our websites, Paranormal Truth Seekers, and you can find Scott's at, Gately Ghostway, Paranormal Investigations. We try to keep our websites as updated as possible. Now, right now, my website is kind of under maintenance, is kind of getting a facelift, making some changes to it. So, it will not stop you from being able to go in and, of course, look at the websites, but, just keep in mind and bear with us that, we do try to update our websites as often as possible, right along with our Facebook pages as well, too, also. And, if you don't want to use YouTube or Facebook as a mainstream area, you can always go visit our websites. So go ahead, Scott.
All right. This is the one that they thought at first was Don, but it wasn't. Like I said, me and Bill were on one room, Don was in the other doing something. And me and Bill both heard what sounded like a little girl. And I'm going to play it here, and hopefully you can hear it. So when it be in the very beginning, you'll hear her. Turn it up a little bit. There we go.
What was that? That's probably Don. I heard that. He running, squealing in there.
Okay, it wasn't him. I'll play it again. It's in the very beginning.
What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Don. I heard that.
Sounds like a kid, like a little girl laughing or something. I'll play it one more
Well,
time.
see, I think what's very distinct about that is you can also hear it in a different direction
Yeah,
than where Don is.
I heard that. He running, squealing in there.
That was a good one. Yeah, I think we called her a couple of times that night. This is one I have called Child Voice. I'll
Okay.
play it once so you can hear this one. Do you hear it? Right in the middle.
Okay, yeah. Play it again. I thought I heard it.
All right. Where's that clip on it? Right in the middle. Can't make out what they're saying, but I can hear her. But like I said, these we listen to heavens we get through today.
Right.
All right, let's see. Let's try to find one that's a little bit more loud or easier here. Okay, this is kind of funny. We did use that ghost box for that test thing you do, whatever the experiment.
Right.
And Bill's getting it ready, and this is kind of funny. So say hello.
I heard that.
Yeah.
And that sounds female too.
Yeah. And Bill repeated after her. What the? There are some ones that like we. This to me, it sounds like a growl. I'll play this one. See what you think. I don't know if I had this one for you or not yet.
Yes.
This is when I was sitting over, checking on my computer in that room I had set up. Bill and Don were downstairs, so I think we just time. And it kept making a dinging noise and it disconnected my camera. So I got this when I was talking about that.
Yeah, still recording the way it looks.
Isn't that creepy?
That's loud. It's loud. And I'll tell you, I had Brian listen to that.
Yeah, still recording the way it looks.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, you have to listen to this. Like, then I told him, I said, what I find interesting is, I've been to Selma 3 times now, and I cannot recall ever getting something like that. Like ever getting like a growl, and actually I think I messaged you back and I was just like, who'd you piss off?
Oh, yeah, you did.
Or like something like that. Cause it's like, wow, like, I mean, it's loud. It is very loud. Like that is definitely unmistakable. You can definitely hear that.
Yeah. There were a couple of nasty ones that are not nasty to me mean. Because I got listen to this one. Let's see here what this say. I'm like, just listen to this, sorry. Here it says.
Is that the FU?
Yeah, this is
That's a bitch.
yeah, this I'll play again.
Yeah.
They're getting tired of my computer making that noise too.
Yeah, that's pretty clear too.
Got the FU one if you want to listen to it.
I think Don was the one who told me about that one first.
Yeah. Here it is.
I'm going to go back to the video previous to this one.
That's a male too.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the same male that said bitch, because that sounds malish to me too.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Here's one that towards the night, Bill's getting a little irritated that stuff wasn't happening. We were sitting down on the couch on the second floor landing, and he was talking about, "Hey, we're going to do something, do something now." And it sounded like to me, you heard it too. It sounds like it's saying "frighten me."
Okay.
I think that's what it sounds like to me. I don't like to put it out there what I think it is usually, but here.
With this big ass house, there's nobody here.
Play it again. Right to Ryan.
With this big ass house, there's nobody here.
Yeah, it's a whisper. It frightened me. Like I said, you get to listen to it.
Yeah, I mean, but I told you. I mean, and I even listened to that with my headphones on when you shared it with me the first time, and I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. That's exactly what it sounds like to me.
There's some. I hear some talking when I'm walking to my cane. a little bit of decaying interference on my part, but you can hear a female talking over you.
Okay.
Not that one. Hold on. You hear the background a little bit.
Yeah.
And here's what I'll play. Don was setting me up with his microphone that he gave me, and he was doing a sound check. And do I have it here?
Boys.
Hold on. Bear with me here. Back one. All right. Yeah, what is that? Oh, here it is. After he says test 1, test 2, this weird. Well, listen to it. What's real weird?
Okay.
Wrong one. There we go. All right.
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Play it back.
After play it back, listen to it. It's real weird.
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Play it back.
It's like a full sentence.
Yeah, it is.
I can't make it out though. I listened to this too. So anyway out there, please let me know what you think on any you want to listen to. We love feedback. So
Yeah, absolutely. If you have an opinion as to what is being said, by all means, let us know. No,
yeah.
I don't have anything for you. Go away.
Here is. Let me see here. Wait for what's open. I have like 1 or 2 more, I guess, I can play. And let me just find it here. Yeah, I think it's one of Bill. I was always talking to Bill. Oh, did I play you the basement male voice yet? I don't think I did it there. No. We're gonna go upstairs and down the stairs, turn the light over so I can see. I picked this up on the voice. Here it is. Play again. It's in a sentence, and I can't understand what he's saying. I think it's the same guy too.
I wonder if that's the same grumpy old man that we got in the basement the last time we were there. I mean, it sounds
kind of grumpy.
It sounds different than the voice that we got.
Right.
The voice that we got was like he was very
raspy.
Very raspy. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of almost had like a very kind of creepy ass like rasp to it. Like, I don't know. But things change.
I think Bill said, "I'm pretty sure I'm home now." Is that what it was?
It's something like that. It's definitely something like that.
He played it for me, and that was really creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the craziest part about that was, so when we were sitting down there, it was like Bill was here, and then I was here, and then Christy was next to me, and then TJ was sitting down there with us too. But I think that was when we got that after he had got up and like went upstairs to check on the girls. So, Bill isn't sitting like right next to me. He's like catty corner to me like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we both heard it. Like we both heard it with our own ears and we're like, what the hell was that? so to actually hear it audible with your own ears and then actually capture like the EVP is incredible too.
Right. Here's another one that when I was working on my computer again, and they're still downstairs, I think at the same time. I'll play it. Oh shit! After I play it, see if you can understand what I'm saying first.
Okay.
One more time. To me, it sounds like stuck in here. Like they're stuck there. They can't get where it's supposed to be.
Well, that could be.
I'll play one more time. No.
It definitely has that like at the beginning, and you can hear the
here
I
part.
think you can really hear the here at the end too. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw other ones that aren't as clear. Like I said, I can definitely. Here, this one's called Deep Male Voice. I'll play this once.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the male is definitely there. I mean, he didn't show himself or anything, but he was there.
Now, I think another interesting thing that you brought to my attention, and I don't know, we did talk about you doing like a screen sharing thing to show it.
Yeah.
Is you guys actually caught a hanging light that was actually swinging.
Yes, we did. A couple of things we wanted to try to do to debunk it is that there's one room that was adjacent to it, and it got kind of drafty in there. But what kind of was weird about it is that Don was doing the experiment.
Right.
Right. And Don was sitting there, and he goes, look back over his shoulder. And as soon as that happened, Bill looked over to my room to check on, see if I still had the camera light on, and he couldn't stop it. He saw it moving. Well, Bill had a thing set up on the top of the stairway railing, but it was pointing towards Don, not up.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
You're on light, we didn't catch it. Well, I got home and I looked through mine, and I went in and I lighted it up and zoomed in on it, and I caught it. At the very end, when Bill had his light on it, you can see it finally swing. Well, I can play if you want. I have it here.
Yeah, go for it if you want to.
Just don't mind the swearing because we're both swearing.
Now, I think our audience knows by now it is.
Yeah.
It can be a rated R show sometimes, y'all.
You should be able to see it. I'm going to share my screen, see how this works. I'm going to do Chrome tab.
Boys. In the house.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay. I hope you guys can see it. If that tail on, you can see it real good.
Yeah, if you pay attention to the reflection from the light, you can really see it.
Right.
So the light's like in the center of the screen right now.
Yeah, center clock.
And you can see it swaying. See if you look at like the dots from the reflection of the light.
There you see it. Good.
Yeah.
What? You didn't stop recording. Are you kidding? This fucking thing wasn't recording. Laughing. Ha! Yeah. Thanks.
Did you hear what Don said?
Yeah.
Literally, you're laughing. I start calling him Dick. It's
Hey,
all
look,
it's all
we
fun.
take our investigations serious, but we also have fun, okay? Like
Yeah, it's fun.
it is, you have to have fun. It's one of those things where I think if you're always at the approach of it where you're taking it too serious, I've seen over the years, I'm not gonna lie, if if you're always so serious about things, it's my opinion is I think you're kind of taking away from different experiences that you could be getting. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you go into certain locations and we don't always necessarily know, what kind of one thing I always try to communicate with, with my guys, with my team, anybody new, anyone who reaches out to, me for advice with getting started or investigating is one thing that you have to remember are these are people, okay? They are people that have passed on. And with that, you never know what who you could be meeting, so to speak. You know, we've come across jokesters.
Oh,
We've come across the very mean, angry people. We've come across the ones where you can tell there is a lot of sorrow and there is a lot of pain and hurt. We've come across the very happy and playful spirits. So I think in each and every environment that you're in, you kind of almost have to play around with, being serious and having fun and laughing and carrying on. And then, you just, you have to approach things in different ways to, I think, magnify the activity that you may get and the communication that you may end up getting. Don't be so straight laced in just one way. You might be missing out on a lot that you could be getting.
yeah.
So
Another thing that I always say that when you're going to investigation, first thing you do is get your microphone out and
yes.
start. I got a lot of stuff with setting up a lot of times.
Well, look, I mean, we just had that happen, you and I, Scott, when we went to Mansfield.
A
You
fire
know,
museum. Yep.
yeah, while we were setting up, we had things happening. Just I mean, right after another things were happening. Young men, excuse me. No, excuse me. Get on out of my space. Well, go clean your bedroom if you want to clean. Go on. Go clean your bedroom. Do me a favor. Clean the bedroom.
There you go.
Well, then go clean the living room since you made a whole mess in the living room. Oh, it's all clean now, Scott. You hear him, Mr. Scott? It's all
Well,
clean now.
that,
Come on. I mean it. Now, you guys know the rules. Do not force me to have to crack down the whip here once I get off. Go. Riker Lee. In the house. Thank you, Bubba. Liam. Oh, this kid needs to go back to school. Oh, he needs to go back to school. I'm telling you, this virtual schooling just has my 7-year-old like 50 shades of fucked up. Like I'm not even gonna it. He does not like being at home. He'd rather be in school, and it has changed his sleeping schedule so much. And I'm just like to the point where I don't even really want to put up the fight with him so much anymore. Because I mean, what the hell's the point? They're not in school anyways. What's the point? It. Ugh.
yeah.
My 13-year-old wants to come along to an investigation. Like he's all like hyped up, and so I told him, I said, well, maybe one of these times when Scott and I stay closer to home, we'll find somewhere that we can take you along with. I say we take his ass to a cemetery.
All right. Sound good.
Yeah, it's free.
Get down. Get my snacks. My dog. Hi.
Yeah, I've got like my candy stash upstairs in my bedroom, and unfortunately, my 3-year-old has found it.
Ah,
So now I have to re-hide it because that's Mama's chocolate. That's my stash.
that's right. Snicker.
Yeah, the Snickers. Now it's the eggs. It's the peanut butter
Reese's
cup
eggs.
eggs.
The
So
Reese's-
I've got like 3 bags of them.
I love it. I got more over here too.
I think I went to CVS like right after Christmas because they have those the Hershey's like candy cane kisses.
Oh yeah.
They are so good.
Yeah,
Like
good.
I love them. So I grabbed like 6 bags of them before they completely sold out or like tossed what they had left. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've got my lovely candy stash. But yeah, I think we're definitely going to end up doing a part 2 for Selma.
Yeah.
Um,
At least
and
2, probably. So,
yeah. And of course we always ask of, our viewers, our fans, our followers, if you have any requests for like a very specific topic that you would like to see us cover, or to, hear us talk about, by all means, throw it out there to us. And, we will definitely explore that option. Um, it does seem like we have been getting a lot of interest in talking about like the cryptodes, and we did have a very interesting 2 shows going with like the alien
mhm.
topic. So we do try to keep, we just ask everyone to keep in mind that we do try to keep all of our subject matters related to the paranormal realm, or field. It doesn't have to be ghost or spirits, anything related within the paranormal realm, of course, is our kind of cup of tea. So anything related, we will definitely talk about. I don't know, Scott, like anything else that you can think of that you'd want to share real quick about how Selma went, or like what happened at Selma before we do our part 2?
No, I think it covered. Like I said, it wasn't very busy, but I kind of back. I, you know what I mean? So
Right.
um, we are going to have a show Friday night. We're
Yes.
going to have
So next Friday, not this Friday, but
not this
next
Friday.
Friday will
Oh,
be,
really?
yeah.
Okay, I'll just change that then.
Yeah, because of we had to, unfortunately, we had to skip a week. So, I mean, unless,
All right. Well, I'll tell Garrett then.
I was going to say, unless we
Because
don't
I
want to,
rather have this whole weekend to get more stuff together and get with Bill and Don. So I'll be busy doing that. So let's go ahead and do for the
yeah, that way
following.
we're not so pressed for time. I mean, and that sticks to our our every other week kind of switching it schedule that we've been doing. And that's,
That's 29th.
yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me get my calendar out here. No. Yes. Yes. Next Friday would be the 29th.
All right. I'll reschedule and head to that. All right. Cool.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
But like I said, between there, on our Facebook, just post topics you want us to do, and we'll do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we both have a visitors page, login on our websites. You're always more than welcome to reach out to us on our websites as well. We can send and receive messages there. You know, YouTube, you can always comment, underneath any of our videos, if there is a specific topic or subject that, you would like to, hear us talk about. So, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for this evening, everyone. Like Scott had just mentioned, we will be back on January 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just please keep in mind we are Eastern Standard Time. We always start our shows at 9 o'clock, and we are on an alternating schedule between Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, or Fridays. You're either
Right.
going to catch us on a Tuesday night or you're going to catch us on a Friday night. We like to try to keep it that way. That way we are accommodating the majority of our viewers, especially for those who actually want to be interactive with us while we are live. Eventually it may be something that we may end up tweaking. I think it would just help our sanity, I do believe, if we would stick to one night. But like I said, we do try to accommodate the majority of our followers and our viewers, and we absolutely appreciate each and every single one of you. We enjoy doing this. We absolutely love and enjoy when we do have you all come in and participate when we are live. So keep that in mind for our future episodes. Of course, if you have not already subscribed to our YouTube page, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube page and click on the bell. That way you don't miss any of our notifications when we're live or we post a new video. I think we definitely will be doing a lot more sharing on the YouTube page with our investigations as well. It won't just be, our lives and stuff. So, you want to click that bell. That way you don't miss anything that we do upload. Yep, give it a ring a ding ding ding. Share us out too, please. Sharing is caring in this community. So, you can share our YouTube channel, you can share our Facebook pages, our websites, and we would be so very, very grateful for that. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, you all. Again, we thank you for joining us and being here with us tonight.
My dog says time to go.
Yeah, it's time to let me out. Look, I got mine sitting right here begging at me too. So yeah, little brats. But we love you guys and thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your week and we will see you all back next week. Bye.
Happy on